Okay, somebody tell Meghan Markle that Paris Fashion Week is not a redemption arc because sis showed up in Paris this weekend looking like she was auditioning for The Crown, the comeback edition. From the cape to the cameras, Meghan turned the City of Light into her personal press conference. Except the only statement she made was, "Please, still care about me? Bitch, please." Let's talk about why this Paris trip was less about fashion and more about trying to claw back into the spotlight she's been losing real fast. So Megan pops up at the Balenciaga show. Yeah, you tell me out of all the shows in Paris, she decides to go to that one, or are they the only ones who were willing to have her? Whatever. Princess Diana would never. But she's in this old white cape, head held high, like she's floating on royal air. Then later swaps into a black backless gown like she's serving revenge dress energy. Like, are you crazy? Everything about this breeds she is trying to be Princess Diana, and it's irking my soul. And the kicker, Harry's nowhere to be found. No hand holding, no we're just like you moments. No, we just escaped the palace because they're just such horrible people. None of that. Just Megan, solo, staring down at the cameras like she's the main character in the movie nobody asked for. And y'all know this wasn't some random appearance. It's the soft launch European re entry plan. Megan knows America is tired of her. We pay her no attention. Netflix isn't calling like it used to. Spotify said bye, bitch. And the royal family is doing just fine without her royal wisdom. So, what's the move? Slide back into Europe elite circles where fame and fashion still blur. But here's the problem. If you're trying to rebuild credibility, why Balenciaga? That's like showing up to a climate summit in a private jet saying, let's talk sustainability. Are you kidding me? This bitch has lost her freaking mind. Can we talk about that video? She filmed herself with her feet up, smiling right next to the Diana crash site. Like, girl, read the room. Harry's mom's memory is sacred, and you're treating it like a freaking TikTok location tag. Now, this is what set me off. I she is doing the absolute most. She thinks she is the second coming of Diana, and this is where her downfall is. This bitch is the most opportunistic person I've ever seen in my life. I used to go up for Megan when she first came out, but now I see what everybody's talking about. Just peeling back and just looking at the shit that she does, like you can tell this shit is calculated. Like she is really putting on the freaking act. Because every time her name freaking fades, boom, controversy. Here we come. Paris was supposed to be about fashion, but it ended up being another reminder that Megan's PR team lives for the chaos. And I believe that shit. Now let's not ignore the missing Duke in the room, Harry. Now, if this was a power couple moment, he'd be right there. But the fact that he wasn't, it screams solo mission. Megan is in her main character era, and Harry's in his silent retreat era. He's been MIA from her public plays, and that's not a coincidence. I think there's some shit brewing behind the scenes. But I guess we'll never know. He's the heart, she's the headline. And lately, the headlines are all she seems to care about. Because, honey, this wasn't about fashion. It was about reminding the royal family that she can still command attention without them. Except, did anyone outside social media really care? Probably not. So let's just call it what it is. Meghan's Paris trip wasn't a comeback, it was a publicity thirst trap in couture. The cape said Queen, but the message said crisis control. She's trying to look untouchable while still chasing validation from the very royal machine she claims to have outgrown. And look, say what you will about Meghan, she knows how to make a headline. But when your headlines start sounding like reruns of your last scandal, maybe it's not the press. Maybe it's the pattern. Paris didn't make her royalty again. It just reminded us how hard she's still trying to be. What are your thoughts? Do you think Meghan and Harry finally realize that they've made a mistake and are trying to weasel their way back into the royal family? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please tap the like button and subscribe. And stay tuned for more madness. Bye.